like Donkey Kong.
It's loading.
It's live on mine.
Setting up your done. Now we're live. Oh boy.
The wheel's spinning.
The wheel's spinning.
There you go.
There we go. Still
We know one
spinning
thing
now.
for sure.
It's fine. You're
It ain't
fine.
the Wheel of Fortune.
No, it's not the wheel of fortune. It's just the wheel of, you know, shitty computer, which is soon going to be fixed.
That's right.
So what's going on, Wacky? I heard you. Did you mail that chili sauce out?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did?
That's on that flight, boy.
Yeah, yeah. How you doing, folks? We got people on there, babe?
Yes, you can see on there.
All right. We got a bunch of people on there, Whack, already. So, hey, so you mailed us the chili sauces. Did you taste the hot shit?
Yeah, man, bro.
Huh?
That was man. I'm telling you, I love hot sauce, bro. But she went in and made this. She said y'all wanted that super hot, so
We want the shoe sauce.
yeah. There's gonna be a lot of
We're gonna
motherfuckers. There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers calling the COs to go tap out that night.
They're not gonna sue us, are they?
Yeah, well, shit. What are they gonna sue us for? Our shoestrings?
Yeah, we
I ain't
know.
got much.
They sued McDonald's for having coffee that was too hot. You know what I'm saying?
I remember seeing that as a kid, bro.
Yeah, some lady burnt herself with a hot coffee. So we're gonna have S&Y sauce, GP sauce, and shoe sauce. Huh?
Man, it's gonna be
So,
cracking.
So what do you recommend dosage on the shoe sauce?
Man, I would just say, you know what? I would try the green one.
Try it first.
Try the green one and then work your way up, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, get a
What
little
about the
dab, get a
mild
little
stuff
dab
that's-
of that hot one, and then
Yeah.
see where you want to go from there.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Sounds good to me. I know the green stuff's pretty tasty. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's got the flavor, man.
It's got good flavor. So
Yeah.
how much of that super hot stuff you think they ought to try?
I would try just a dab, bro, just to see if you want it. Cause hey, bro, look, I took she handed me a spoon with like half a spoon on there,
Yeah.
and I tried it,
Yeah.
and I took a drink after I fucking swallowed it, bro, and my mouth was still feeling the effects, bro. But it has a good ass flavor to it though, right? It's just hot as a motherfucker, man.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
You
So
know,
we've got some authentic melt your mouth stuff coming. Sounds good to me.
it's kind of like that. It's kind of hot like that tear gas going around in America right now that the police are using on the American citizens. You know,
Yeah, they're getting a dose of that pepper spray we used to get in prison.
that OC spray.
Yeah, yeah. You ever see them guys? Hey man, when I was in San Quentin, I was in the hole, you know, in C-section, and then it's got a little rotunda that's connected to the main chow hall, and they had a riot out there with a reception center guys had a riot, and that spray was coming down the rotunda and into all the way to the back of the cell block where I was, you know, and they started bringing them dudes in. They would bring them dudes in and they give them a hot shower, you know. And man, dudes just would have snot pouring out of their face. God,
Hey,
man,
bro.
nasty. Yeah.
I told you that I had cell extracted like 3 months before I went home in high desert, right? We cell extracted twice. And the second time around, bro, I couldn't do it. Like, so after they let the first can go.
Yeah.
Second time around, hey, I tore everything off the door, bro, and backed up to the cup port and was like, "Get me the fuck up out of here, man, before I fucking die."
Camera's off.
Oh, camera's off.
Excuse me?
Any movement in it thing dies.
Okay, hold on a second. No, still don't. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hear me whack around, my camera died.
Yeah, no, I hear you perfectly, bro. I just
I guess
see
it'll be-
your I'm just looking at your CDC ID picture.
Yeah.
Okay, someone log back on.
We're gonna have to log back on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I can't use this.
Here we go.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I just won't, so you guys won't have a chat. You guys aren't gonna have one, so you
Can't
guys,
do it over
you're
there.
gonna have to manage it yourself.
Can't do it over there.
Nope. I can try, but we'll see. Okay, you guys good?
So I guess we're back
I
on.
think you guys are, I
Oh,
think you guys
there
are
he
on
is.
period, so, yeah, you guys
That's
are still
big
streaming,
dog.
so you should be
Yeah.
okay.
That's how shitty our computer is, man. She was trying to type with the live chats, man, and it jiggled the cord where the camera plugs in and shut it off.
That's
So,
right.
Yeah, so I can't read any of the comments.
I can, I just gotta sit over here and do it, I can't type it.
That's all right. They're showing
Yes.
love. They're showing
gotta be
nothing but
gentle
love,
if
man.
I am.
Everybody loves Mitch.
I can't see anything, so.
You can't pull those comments up. Okay. All right. Anyway, we can't see the comments because our computers, she's gonna fix it. But
It's all good.
yeah, so we're talking about getting cell extracted in high desert.
Oh yeah. So the second round, which was
Yeah.
probably like 3 or 4 days, no, probably about a week after the first round, because they put us on property control. And then when they gave us back our shit, we turned around and did it again. But hey, the second time around, Mitch, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I told the homie, I said, "Hey, bro, I'm taking one can and that's it, dog. And I'm taking down the window coverings and I'm cuffing up, bro."
Hey, so what did
And,
they like throw a canister inside the cell?
Nah, they just opened up the fucking the tray slot. Or I don't know if they opened up the tray slot or through the side of the door, or they might have went through the chase and
Yeah.
just fucking let a can of that fucking OC spray go, bro. And I
Yeah.
got asthma. So the first time around, I thought I was gonna be cute and listen to the homie Pirate downstairs. Pirate was like, "Whack, hey, cuz, we Crips. We going for 3 cans, homie." I'm like, "All right, Pirate, I got you." Shit,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Hey, I said,
Yeah.
"Man, never again in my life, dog."
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna die, homie. I remember they took me downstairs to the showers and put me up under that cold water, man. I was
Yeah.
trying to inhale that shit.
That's crazy.
Man, that shit was
Yeah.
nothing nice, homie.
I seen them throw guys though in a hot shower after that, you know? 'Cause then
Oh,
they
man.
could say they gave him a shower, but you know, it was a hot one. It
Yeah.
just opens the pores up and lets that stuff back in there real hard, you know?
Hey, you know what's a kind of a funny side story to that is so we cell extracted twice, and then so they took us all and put us in one section in building, I want to say building 5. And what they did was, so they were giving us you know, we were already on lockdown and shit like that, but they were giving us paper trays. Well, I guess this one morning, the CO Gender, he was cool white dude and shit. He was cool. He was fair. He forgot to give us paper trays, bro, and he gave us plastic trays.
Yeah.
And so by the time he got done giving all of us the plastic trays, he realized, like, fuck, I was supposed to give these dudes paper trays.
Right.
So he came running down the cell, bro, to all our doors. "Hey, man, please give me back the plastic trays, man. Don't
Yeah.
you know, don't." And I'm like, "Man, I don't know, man." I said, "What's up, man? Can we at least get, can we get our package, or, you know what I mean? Like, can we go to store? Y'all motherfuckers had us on lockdown for like 9 months already."
Yeah.
And he went to every store. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna talk to the captain. I'm gonna talk to, Hey, sure enough, bro. So we talked amongst each other, bro. And the homie was like, "Fuck it, just give them their trays back. Let's see what they gonna do." So we gave them their trays back and shit. And then 2 days later, bro, they started letting us get our packages.
That's cool. Yeah.
But
Well,
hey, bro,
was,
He was shitting bricks, bro, knowing he fucked up and gave us them plastic trays.
Yeah, because they would have had to come and cell extract every cell to get the trays back.
Yep, sure would have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So when they do them cell extractions like that, do they rush in there and beat you down after they tear gas you?
Oh yeah, they hit my head on the stairs when they were carrying me back up the stairs, and got a couple rib punches in. I got called a white monkey, and
Yeah.
all
Hey,
kinds
Sheldon
of
Swimmer, thank you. Super chatted us.
good looking out.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. And I wonder if you got his stickers yet. Did you get his stickers yet, babe?
He wanted to know, did you ever eat a Carolina Reaper pepper? I did.
Hell no. I never eat a Carolina Reaper pepper. What about you, Wack? You ever eat a Carolina Reaper pepper?
Hell no, but I'm down.
Hey, I wonder if she put any of those in in the hot sauce. Hey, you ever seen that dude eats them peppers, Catfish Cooley? Ever see him?
Man, you got to interview that dude, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how to get a hold of him, man. That dude, that's one of the first things I saw on YouTube when I got out of prison was Catfish Cooley. He gets the top ramens, the top ramen soups, and they're like super hottest top ramen noodle soups in the world.
Hey, that dude be
God.
puking and shit.
And he's lactose intolerant, so when he eats a hot shit, then he drinks milk and he throws up. Yeah, that dude's funny as hell, man.
That dude is a clown, bro. That's what's up, man. Hey, that's what the world needs right now, bro.
Yeah, some humor, Yeah.
And
hey, last time I was in San Quentin, man, my partner had a bunch of cigarettes and shit, and this kid was like, "Hey, man, I'll squirt some sriracha in my eye for 4 cigarettes." And
what the fuck?
So my partner goes, "Fuck that! How about you just drink the whole bottle?"
Yeah.
All right. And he drank the whole bottle of sriracha. And I go, "Hey, wait a minute! There's still some in there." I swished some water around. Yeah.
We got a $20 super chat from Anthony Kehoe, and he said, "What's up from St. Louis?" Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
I'm literally trying to do this on my phone on a chat, and so it won't let me tag someone I can address it right to. So I'm just gonna make the comments and the thing, but I do want to read one special one.
We got a comment.
So our buddy Lex, our welder, our welder adopted daughter, said, "I literally just opened my package and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
Oh, she already got it?
I cried when showing my mom everything. Mitch, your artwork is even more beautiful in person. I'm so grateful for your kindness."
Cool.
Thanks, Lex.
Yeah.
I had the urge to call you Lexi because my niece's name is Lexi. So thank you. That's so awesome. And thanks, Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony. Lexi. Yeah, thanks, Lexi.
That's right. Thank you, man.
Yeah, that dude, he's funny. So anyway, this kid, he drank that bottle of sriracha, and we gave him cigarettes, and then I knew that was going to hit him hard. I go, "Hey, let's go hit the yard, man, and walk some laps." And I had him out there walking. And he goes, "Oh, man, I don't feel good." I said, "I'll walk it off. You'll be all right."
Dude, shit on himself, man. You ain't right, bro.
And the next day he goes, "Man, I was shitting blood." That's sriracha coming out. But, yeah. Yeah,
you ain't right,
cigarettes
bro.
are terrible, man. Them guys do anything for them,
Man, you ain't lying, man.
And one time he got a big 3-liter bottle of soda on a food sale.
Yeah.
And, we did the same thing. If you could drink the whole 3-liter bottle in an hour or something, he'd break about 10 cigarettes. And they couldn't do it. They had to do it without puking. And dude got down about this much and he puked. Same thing with a 5-pound bag of M&Ms. They started eating them.
Oh, damn.
They can't do it. But
right, Mitch.
Yeah. He came up to my pad one time. He had 10 of those cheese danishes they give you for breakfast now. They're store-bought, right?
Yeah.
He said, "I'll give you 20 cigarettes if you could eat these in 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
All right. I go, "You got to unwrap them, So I go, "Give me 2 at a time, and I just take them to the neck." I did it in 7 minutes. I said, "Now give me my cigarettes." And I said, "You got any more of them things that I could just eat them, enjoy them?" He's like, man,
Wow.
I ain't fucking with you no more.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, that's like that
That
story.
she
Oh,
said
go ahead.
Lex said that she goes by anything but Alexis because her mom calls her that when she's pissed.
All right.
And she said she's gonna go to our website and order another shirt.
All right.
That's cool.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, hey, Whack, that was he said, you're a ringer, I ain't fucking with you no more, you know?
Hey, you're a setup, bro.
Yeah, that's what
You're a setup, bro.
he was mad.
That ain't right, Mitch.
He was mad about it, you know? Yeah, San Quentin was kind of fun. I had this friend there, he got into the Jewish thing so he could get the meals and all that, but he used to go to the Jewish services and all that. And I think I told you, he used to steal bags of trail mix and stuff and bring it to me, and I'd break him off shit, you know, from the packages to pay him, you know. And one time I got a pouch of that pork, you know, and I went and threw it on his bed, you know, and I seen him on the yard. I said, hey, you get that meat I threw on your bed? He gave me a dirty look. He goes, yeah, I got it.
You ain't right, bro.
Yeah, you know, hey, you gotta have a sense of humor, man.
Got to, man. And hey,
Yeah.
and that, a lot of times that's what keeps it. That's what keeps everybody sane, man. You gotta, you know, my thing was in the morning when you first wake up, you know, you got some cellies that, I mean, as soon as their feet hit the floor, man, they want to start talking a mile a minute, and you know,
Yeah.
my thing was I wasn't I mean, I wasn't an asshole in the morning or nothing like that, but I like to
gotta wake up.
Yeah, I like to collect my thoughts and say a little prayer to God for waking me up, you know, and but you know, but I've also had some cellies too that were like, you know, we didn't talk until 9 or 10, you know what I mean? Because that's just their thing, you know.
Yeah, you know, a lot of guys. Go ahead.
But you know, hey, but the comedy, you know, I like being in the cells with homies that were funny, bro. You know what I mean? That we could laugh about. You ain't got to be a gangster 24/7 in the cell, bro.
Man, nah.
You know,
no.
Let's laugh. Let's laugh to hide these fucking tears we're going through, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hey, a few minutes of laughter make the whole day, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
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 I mean, you know, it's one thing to be whatever it is you are, but I mean, you got to still enjoy life no matter where you're at, you know?
You got to, bro.
I mean, after about 10 years, I just said, fuck it, man. I'm just going to do this however it comes and just make the most of it. You know, whatever happens, I'm just going to make the most of it, you know?
You gotta ride with the punches, man. And
yeah, you know, like when I was in Cork and didn't have no hobby, you can still get quarterly packages from home. So I got a package. I like 380 colored pencils and 4 tablets of paper, Bonnaroo paper. And the cop opened it up. He goes, what the fuck is this? I said, hey, I'm an artist, man. I got to have my shit, you know? He just shook his head and gave it to me, you know? But
what are you worried about it for? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just never seen that, you know? So
I mean, that's true too, yeah.
Yeah, I sat around for 2 years doing artwork with pencils and paper, you know, while I was there. So
I know you've seen dudes that I used to trip off the dudes, they'd go get their package, bro, and they'd have 30 pounds of like Bugler and Folgers, bro.
yeah.
And my thing is like, you know what? I smoke and I drink coffee, but I'll be damned, bro. I need my fat boy foods, bro, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
and,
when I had tobacco, I used to get rolls of dip, and now I get 5 jars of coffee, you know?
Yep.
Always had to have food, you know?
You got to, bro, you know? And I had a couple cellies. I had a celly from the Bay. I think he was from East Palo Alto. Older brother, you know, but he was smart. That one thing about him, Mitch, I learned a lot from him as far as like writing 602s and shit. And but I mean, his whole locker, bro, I'm talking about even on top, with the exception of where his TV was, it was all full of nothing but cosmetics. He never bought food, bro. And so, I mean, I had one section of the locker usually that was all hygiene, And then
Yeah.
I'd usually have a laundry bag under the bed with what couldn't fit right there of hygiene. But I stayed with a lot of food, bro, as you can tell, you know? And,
Yeah.
but I used to offer him food, man. I'd be like, hey, Slim, hey, you know, I'm about to make this spread, bro. What you want to throw up in it? Oh, no, I'm good, WACC, I'm good. I'm like, damn, you know, in a couple, I moved him in the first couple of weeks, and I'm like, damn, you know, I'm starting to like, I'm feeling like, damn, he just, you know what I mean? Like, you know, what's up? And
You
I
wouldn't eat
told
your
him one,
spread?
no, like he doesn't eat nothing out of the canteen, bro. I talked to his homeboy on the yard because he worked on yard crew with me. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
homie Slim he don't take nothing I offer him. I told him, hey, if anything in his cell, bro, we're sellies. Homie, go ahead and open it and eat it, bro. I don't care.
Yeah.
And his homeboy was like, hey, bro, don't take it personal. He doesn't eat anything from the canteen, bro, at all.
Wow.
Nothing.
There's some guys that's all they eat is canteen shit.
Like hey, at the end of I'd say my last 2 years, bro, I didn't go to chow like that, bro.
Yeah.
I used to make my food at the house.
Hey, 1 second. Hey, we got any comments or any questions?
Just let's see. Jason, Steve LaBarber said he was first online, and then Jason said he was first, but Jason said he'd be willing to give his shirt up to Steve because he's cool like that. So that was awesome. OG Scotty Blinks, hi OG, said nothing like a few cold ones and a fatty and Mitch.
That's
Somebody
right.
said they didn't realize that was your hat there for a second because it's turned backwards.
Yeah.
And I think someone said that, I can't remember who said it, but someone said about that the skulls on that hot pepper or something like the pepper they were talking about. I can't remember
that's it. They got a
Scoville's
scale.
or something like that.
Scoville.
Yeah.
That's for the pepper thing, right?
Yeah.
You hip to that, WACC?
What's that?
The guy that, anything else, babe?
No, just people are saying they like your stuff. People are looking forward to my interview with
Louis Max.
I don't want to make WACC mad.
Yeah. Hey, the Scoville.
I heard you, Adrian. I heard you.
He said he heard you. He heard you.
That's cool.
That's
Hey,
I'm
used to being the black sheep of the family anyways. It's all good.
Yeah, that guy that rates how hot peppers are, I guess they named the scale after him. Scoville or Scoville or some shit.
Hell yeah.
They said him Carolina Reaper peppers, they're a motherfucker. Yeah.
I think me and you should do a challenge on here of us eating one.
I don't know if I want to fuck around with that, man.
Come on, bro.
I don't want to embarrass myself. Plus, it's already been done.
I'm calling you out already, bro.
Yeah. What'd you say, babe? All right.
CBAP said WACC was High Desert the worst day you had out of the rest of the prisons.
Huh?
Was High Desert the worst day? What now?
Was High Desert the worst day you had out of the rest of the prisons?
Was High Desert the worst day you had out of the rest of the prisons?
It was the most intense. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
It was the most intense. But like I said, when I paroled, we had been on lockdown for 11 straight months. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm just, I remember when they first opened High Desert, it was supposed to be all cool and all that shit. That didn't last long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so before we go any farther, look at that. Yeah. That's a new shirt, WACC. Yeah, here's the front's got a different logo. Yeah, it's one of the men's T-shirts. Well, crew necks, girls can wear them too. Then we got some, we got black and red, these here, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Racerbacks. That's the front. See, for the Racerbacks, that's the front. It's kind of hard to get it, you know.
On the back. Nice.
Yeah, we got the logo on the back of these, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's in between the little thing in the back, you know.
I can dig it.
And we got red and black ones of these. They're on our website now. So, yeah, they came out pretty cool.
So everybody go pick one up, man. Help Mitch and Adrian out by going to buy
some guy
one, man.
tattooed this on him. What's that man's name again, babe?
That is White Dawn.
Yeah, White Dawn.
Josh, also known as Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, he asked me, hey man, you mind if I tattoo that on me, you know? I said, no, I don't mind. I'm kind of flattered. Just send me a picture. So I'm gonna put it on Instagram soon. He tattooed the Living Dead girl on his arm, had it done. It looked pretty good. Yeah. Oh, so hey, Marcus, how's things in Florida, brother? Hope you're doing well. Yeah.
Hey, Mitch, so what is the first subscriber get when they tattoo hard intentions on them, bro?
I don't know. What do you think, babe? What the first subscriber that tattoos hard intentions on, what do they get? They get a shirt?
Shit, we'll give them a damn hoodie.
If we have one.
Someone asked that once.
We'll send them some swag. First guy that sends me a picture with hard intentions tattooed on him, they get some swag.
That's right.
Hey, Turkey Loco's on. Keep your eye on the mail, buddy. Yeah, brother. That's our adopted son, Turkey Loco. Yeah, we can't see the comments. They're on her phone, you know, so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, so how's things up there? How's the weather?
It's raining like a motherfucker.
Hey, so you guys got protests up there?
I think so, but you know, it's real liberal up here, man, and everybody up here seems to get along, and there's no
yeah,
you know, but I mean, it's not as bad. I stayed up, I couldn't sleep last night, so I was on fucking watching the news channels and shit all night, and man, they fucked Oakland up, bro. Somebody had a fucking tractor, bro.
Wow.
Somebody stole a tractor and was fucking going nuts.
Would you say they were smashing cop cars with a tractor?
Yeah, man. I seen some shit, bro. They say last night the worst was Oakland, LA, and Atlanta.
All right.
And
I wonder how San Diego's doing.
Oh, San Diego, man, they're fucking up they're over there by the La Mesa police station.
That kind of trips me out because when I was down there, you know, when I lived down there, La Mesa police, they were pretty hard ass.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't know, huh?
I guess why they're over there at La Mesa police station, because I guess the other day a cop hemmed up a black kid and kind of roughed him up, and it was on video, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, hey, Mitch, you know, it's a fucked up world we live in, man. And, you know, me and you talk every day. We have our views, but we both agree that we're all human, bro, and we all have rights.
Yep.
And, you know, my thing is that, you know, we're not part of that 1%, bro. And the elite care about the elite, bro. Everybody else, we're just fucking turds in the toilet, bro.
Yeah, we're just cannon fodder, you know. I just really I don't give a fuck what level of society you live on. You know, you got the right to live. You know, not to be abused or beat down or shot, killed, whatever by the cops. I mean, if you're not doing anything, you don't have any weapons on you, you're not a threat. They're not supposed to kill you.
Yep, I agree with you 100%, brother.
We had a question, babe.
Okay, so the topic right now that everybody's talking about is all the riots going on.
Yeah.
And Jason said, do Mitch and WACC think the West Coast jails are tense with all this shit going on right now?
What do you think prison's like in there, WACC?
No, I don't think so. I mean, that's a multi-faceted answer. For one, from what I've heard, the racial tension in California has decreased significantly.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Number two, it's always going to be the inmates versus the police. So
yeah. Well, like I just refer back to Rodney King riots. You know, I was in Tracy when that happened, And, you know, we all watched it on TV and we all said how fucked up it was that they beat that guy down and all that, but it didn't affect our program one bit, you know.
Nope.
Everybody still treated everybody the same. Like, you know, I mean, what happens out in society doesn't really carry over into prisons, you know, and people have their point of views about gangs. You know, a lot of people don't like gangs and all that shit. And these guys in these other states don't understand how prison gangs and racial politics and all that shit, they don't understand California's system. But, you know, one thing I have heard, you know, since they let all them guys out of the shoe is the racial tensions actually got kind of better, or relations, you know. So I got to tip my hat to them for that, because the bottom line is they're all in there doing time. They're all trying to survive, make a couple bucks here and there, and be as comfortable as possible. So, you know.
Yeah, it's a touchy subject, man. But
Yeah.
we're all human. That's what matters, bro.
Yeah.
We all got a right to
Yeah.
live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what'd you say, babe?
We got a $10 super chat
Oh,
from
wow.
Ben Chino.
Wow. Thank you, man. Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much, fans. And he said, love the channel, Mitch. Keep doing it hard.
Yeah, we'll keep doing it best we can.
So I'm just gonna read off some of these comments about what you
All
guys
right,
are talking
we got some
about.
comments,
Okay,
Wack.
so Mad Max said Mad Max just was one that just joined Patreon. Thanks,
All right,
Mad
thank
Max.
you, Max.
And he said, yeah, they're probably not tripping in jail right now, not on each other anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Turk says social justice looting Target and not the courthouse, question mark.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got a Rodney King in 1975. I think they're talking about tattoos. No one said anything about it back then. And just, you know, the can't we just get along with the shit?
Yeah.
That's facts. Race is not the division, it's the elites. And Lexi said she's gonna get her intentions tattooed on her on the corner. Okay. I'm just trying to lighten it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, hey, Wack, you know, if guys in prison could unite, man, past whatever differences they got and work together. I mean, that's what they did in the 60s and early 70s, man, is you know, they got on the cops like full blast. I mean, they were doing extreme violence, man. And look, they got TVs, radios, clothes, you know, family visits. They got all that shit. And then in the 90s and early 2000s, you know, them guys coming to prison, just let them take all that shit away without any recourse, you know, so.
Yep.
Guys,
You know,
get together, they can make things happen and improve their quality of life in there, you know.
The thing is, you know, it's united we stand, divided we fall, and they know that race is a touchy subject, and so if they interject that into any conversation, then people are automatically going to draw that line in the sand on where they stand, and then the water becomes muddy, and then it turns, and then you forget about what you initially protesting. Then it becomes, you know, and so you know, my thing is this, man. The police have always had us versus them mentality. They're taught that in the academy, and until that changes to where if you're protecting us and here to serve us, then you're a part of us. There should be no line in between us, you know. And
I agree.
I don't know if any of the subscribers know, but you know, the CDC, their union is the biggest union in California.
Yeah, the California Correctional Peace Officers Association.
Yeah, the CCPOA.
1 second, Wack. What's up, babe?
Just got there's just talking about what you're on the same topic.
All right, what's up?
Sean said it's been on TV all day. The cops over there are fucked, man. Something definitely needs to be done.
Yeah.
George said it's fucked up. We need to keep cool. We're on this shit together.
Yeah.
And then so Virginus was talking about what we were talking about today. He said it's a whole different thing today. The powers that be are shipping Antifa in and delivering stacks of bricks into Minneapolis. and they are.
Yeah.
It's something else, man.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Yeah. And see, that's another thing, what you're just saying, WACC, like when they're like the CCPOA, the California Correctional Peace Officers, when I first went to prison, they were trying to hook up with the Highway Patrol because the Highway Patrol had a strong union in the early 80s. And they said, hey, screw you guys. We don't want you to be part of our deal. Well, Pete Wilson made the correctional officers union so strong that the Highway Patrol ended up joining their union. So that's how strong prison guards union is. You know, their overtime pay, all that shit. They had a cop in Donovan made $185,000 a year by manipulating overtime. And guys aren't hip to what they do. Is like me and you are cops. So I'm like, hey, WACC, I'm going to take tomorrow off. You want to cover for me? And so you would come in and work your shift and work my shift. You get your shift plus overtime money. And then I come in the next day and work my shift and then your shift, and I get overtime pay. So they were manipulating the system. They still do it. And, you know, the public's totally unaware of what's going on, man. That's just one little thing, you know, but, yeah.
Turk said it's always been us versus the police. Don't let our skin color fight us.
Yeah. Yeah, like, hey, Rock, Turkey Loco lives down there in Oceanside, lives in a neighborhood with whites, blacks, Mexicans, everybody. And, you know, they all pretty much get along, you know, so.
Yeah.
I don't see why.
That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be, man. You can't let the powers that be, man, turn this into something else, you know?
Yeah, and what you were saying is like, you know, when there's an issue and everybody's like, especially in prison, like everybody's united, like, hey, we need to resolve this issue and staff don't want to give, they'll throw a bone out there on the yard and then it'll divert everyone's attention. It's like, hey, look at this, the shiny object, you know, everybody's looking at the shiny object. And then the whole issue that started the controversy or whatever, it gets swept under the rug. People forget about it because now they're moving on to some issue that the staff might have instigated. You know, they're good at their job the way some convicts are good at their job, you know. So I mean, they know how to manipulate shit, you know, for their own benefit. So
Yeah.
you know, they have the same mentality we do, like they don't want to give us anything, you know.
No, you know,
Take
and my listen, man. Like I said, I think I mentioned on one of my interviews or one of these lives with you. My uncle was an Inglewood cop, bro.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, and he and this was in the 80s and early 90s. I mean, when gangbanging was at its height, when they were averaging 700-800 murders a year, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember him coming home on Saturday mornings, man, and he'd you know, he'd be telling my auntie some of the stories, man. And I just remember, you know, the horror stories, but I remember how he would talk about the Mexican gang, the cholos and the black dudes. You know, I remember how he would, you know, talk about them. And it was just, you know, me sitting there as a kid, you know, it's like, damn, you know, like.
So what he's saying, he had the utmost respect for him, huh?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
No.
But you know, and for anybody to, you know, people can sit here and say that they don't have that mentality. They don't have the us versus them mentality. I've been a victim of it too many times to sit up here and say that it's not. And you know, you were talking about it one time on one of your interviews or one of your videos where, you know, they don't even have to touch you physically, bro. They'll pencil whoop you.
Yeah.
You know,
prison especially.
You know.
So 1 second, WACC. What's so funny?
We got. I'm gonna say I probably shouldn't say this, but Kenny John said the riots. They were talking about the riots back, you know.
Yeah.
And then Kenny John said the riots usually stop when the mailmen started refusing to deliver checks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The checks don't come. Hey, the welfare checks don't come in the mail anymore.
But Jason said Mitch and WACC working together is actually doing something to bring together a major divide. Major props to you both.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Cool. That's nice.
You hear that, WACC? Yeah. You know, I mean,
and that's my point. Look, that's my point, man. Is
who'd have thought, right?
Yeah. Is you know, me and you, we talk every day, bro, and And I've told you, you know, and I'm not ashamed to say, man, I'm glad that me and you have became friends, bro. You know what I mean? And because you opened my eyes to a lot of shit that normally I wouldn't, you know, come across or hear from that perspective. And
vice
and that's
versa,
all it
you know.
takes is that's all it takes is sometimes to step out there, man, step out of your comfort zone and try to understand where that other person is coming from. And then maybe you'll be like, okay, well, you know what? Them group of people ain't as bad as I thought they were.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, look, when I got out of prison, I live in South Central, man. We were the only white dudes in the whole area. You know, for real.
On the real.
For real.
Yes,
And you know, I got hit in my motorcycle down there. And afterwards, you know, I got all back together and everything, but my front end was a little weird. I thought my handlebars were bent, you know. And my boss was an old school black dude, my supervisor in this job I was working at, and he's like, take it on down and see Twin Mac, man. You know, he's an old school black dude, you know, and I go, who the fuck's Twin Mac? You know, he goes, he's got that hog shop, man, you know. So anyway, he sent me down to this bike shop, and this black dude ran. It's all down on Crenshaw, you know, and it's Hog Parts Pro. And the guy told me, hey man, look, that dude, my supervisor, he goes, that dude helped raise me, and for him to send you down here really means something to me. And he hooked me up, you know, and come to find out, you know, it was my triple trees were bent and shit, but he helped me get my bike back running right. And he's like, hey, look, we all have our differences, man, but we're all bikers. We love motorcycles and shit, you know? So, you know what I mean?
Yep. Hey,
that was cool.
And the thing is, bro, is that if you don't take the time to learn, to step outside of yourself and learn about other cultures or other ethnicities or other groups just in general, your life's going to be boring, bro.
Yeah, or just people, you know.
Just people in general.
You know, we're Americans, bottom line, you know.
Yep.
You know, one time I was there in South Central, they had a Chinese restaurant, you know, and I'm in there eating, and these 3 or 4 black chicks come in there, they're all staring at me and shit, but this one chick goes, what are you doing in here? I said, eating dinner. And she's all, then you're going home, right? I go, yeah, I'm going home. I go, I live right up the street. And she's all, what? And she left her little group of friends, and she's like, where do you live? I told her, she goes, man, I grew up on that street, man. You live there? I go, yeah, you know, and then I told her, you know, I did all this time in prison, this and that, and she was just fucking blown away, man.
Yep.
And so I mean, chance encounters of people that you don't normally deal with, sometimes they yield good fruit, you know. But
yes, sir, I agree with that 100%, man. And I think our relationship is proof of that, bro. You know, and it's like you know, and 9 times out of 10, we don't even talk about prison, bro. We, you know what I mean? We talk about everyday shit.
Yeah, like that fucking hot sauce. We're gonna, you know what? We ought to get some guy, instead of giving him like 5 cigarettes to eat some, we ought to give him a shirt or something. Say, hey, try some of this hot sauce. And we get it on video. What do you think? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any comments, babe, or questions?
We got a whole lot of comments. So they're just someone asked, why does WACC always do his interviews in his car? And I answered, because he's got kids.
Yeah, he's got children at home. He doesn't want to contaminate their young minds.
Let's see. Mr. Self-Destruct said, WACC, do people ask him why he's repping the ATL in Cali or wherever he's at on the West Coast?
What's ATL?
My hat, the Atlanta Brave hat I always wear.
Oh, all right.
I don't know what that is. Sorry. Okay.
I like the hat, bro. I like the blue and white of the hat, and
he likes the hat.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
Why is he representing Atlanta on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's like me. You know, I don't watch sports hardly anymore. I might watch this fight tonight unless you missed it. But my grandfather,
let's not go there with you in sports, bro, because you're a Raiders fan, and I'll never.
Yeah, well, hey, look, man, I'm from San Diego, And I hate the Chargers and I hate the Padres, but in all fairness, my grandfather used to work for Al Davis, and my grandfather used to get a new Cadillac every year, and I'd go see him. He'd tell me, look at the doors and automatic windows and all this shit in the 60s and early 70s, you know. And he said, look at that paint rig, because Al Davis had a construction company and my grandfather was a house painter. He had a paint rig and a truck. He go, look at that truck Al Davis bought me. And look at that paint rig Al Davis. He loved Al Davis, you know. So I grew up liking the Raiders and, you know, yeah. And the Oakland things.
Let's just go ahead and leave that alone, bro.
You say. We're gonna leave that alone.
Hey, I tell the homies all the time, bro. How you gonna be a LA or an Oakland fan and you're from Dago, bro? And you've been to the joint.
Look where the Chargers are at now, buddy.
Niners are the best.
Yeah, hey, don't even get me. We need to leave this alone. I live with a 49er fan, so you know.
Oh my God. I think we're gonna end this chat here.
WACC's threatening to get off the chat. Yeah. Yeah, you know.
But hey Mitch.
Yeah, I see yeah.
Did you ever I remember, I don't remember the dude, your homeboy's name that was on here that he did the interview, kind of a big dude like me, that he ran the squares on like the football.
Oh, yeah, Big Rhino.
Hey, were you playing the squares back then too, or no? You were cool.
Nah, I didn't really gamble. I wasn't really into sports for gambling. I used to just watch it once in a while. But one time we were at work, man, and me and two of my coworkers picked the same 5 teams, I think it was, and I won $48. Another guy won $48, but my other coworker won like $160.
How did that work?
Yeah, we broke the dude because it was like, you know, however much money you put down.
Oh, I thought
like
you guys all picked the same squares.
That was 12-1. It wasn't a pool. It was you know, like a pick 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
We broke him. He had to send money to our books.
Fuck.
That's the only time I ever won. You know, I wasn't a big gambler, but Big Rhino was a gambling fool, man.
That's right. He seemed like he seems like a genuine dude, man. Salute to him, bro.
You know, he's one of the guys, either you love him or hate him. I always liked him, you know. So
salute to him. He seems stand-up dude, bro.
Yeah, and he's out living, you know. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I was glad to see him get out. You know, he was in prison when it was rough. And you know what guys don't understand, like even back then when prison was rough, not everybody was you know, psychotic killer and all that shit. Some guys were just regular dudes trying to live, man. And it was there was a bunch of other guys making it hard to live, you know, but guys made it through without compromising, you know, how they want to be, you know.
That's right.
You know,
and see, them are the dudes that that you can actually say that they've been to the joint, but they're, you know, that you can look up to them, man, because they didn't you know, they didn't compromise their integrity as a man, you know.
Yeah.
And did what they were supposed to do and got the fuck
not everybody
up
was you know, packing a big giant knife and stabbing everybody they had an argument with. And I mean, it wasn't like that. People have these images of this, you know, Mad Max fucking psychotic environment, man. And it wasn't always like that. So.
Wow. No. Yeah. It's, you know, it's not a Hollywood movie, you know.
That was real life, you know, and really, I mean, the most gangster dudes probably wanted things to be mellow so they could make their money and live the way they wanted to live, you know.
Hell yeah.
Any comments or questions?
They're saying lots of great things about the 49ers.
Oh, really?
Because the Niners are awesome. And then Sleazy Barber said about your hot sauce, you will have people shitting flames out their asses with the hot sauce they're making. You too.
Really? Yeah. I don't know what that means, but
it means that it's hot. That you guys will make good ass hot sauce.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. I know this hot sauce we got already is pretty tasty. I haven't tasted the super hot shit.
Hey, Mitch. Hey, Mitch.
James
Hey, can you
Walker,
ask
what's
your
good,
beautiful
cousin, and
wife how the
Mitch, much respect
49ers
from
fared in
Toledo,
the
Ohio,
Super
Glass
Bowl
Cities.
earlier this year?
I want to hatch like Mitch's where with the skull. Did WACC do time with Super Cuz, a white crip?
Did you do time with Super Cuz?
That's his internet name, but his real name is Rob Dog from Stockton, East Coast, and he is a real one. And he did make it through, and he's the real deal, Holyfield.
Okay, he knows him, but I don't think he did time with him. What else was that, babe?
Let's see, go Niners.
And what did you ask? What were you gonna ask, Adrian WACC?
I wanted to ask your beautiful wife, Adrian, how the 49ers fared earlier this year in the Super Bowl. I forgot.
He said, ask my beautiful wife how the 49ers fared in the Super Bowl. You forgot. Oh,
I'm
she
sorry,
doesn't
what?
know.
I can't hear you guys.
We actually watched that with her mom and dad are both 49er fans too, right? And I was like, yeah, you know, they're like, I go, they're saying, oh, looks like they're going to win.
But you know what? Here's the deal. At least we made it to the Super Bowl. So you at least we made it.
If you lose,
no, it don't matter. At least we made it. Unlike
Hey, WACC. They were like, well, looks like they're gonna win.
Are you done
yet? I said, well, it's never too late for them to lose.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I was talking shit.
Yeah, go ahead, keep it up because you're gonna have to hang up that thing up in a minute. So listen, I just want to say this, Lady P, I'm really sorry, and I got your back, and so anyways, we're gonna leave that alone, but I just wanted to tell you that don't worry, we got you. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see.
What's up, Chewy?
Select said that writing is gonna get us on martial law. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know if they'll go on martial law with the rioting, but I think it'll die down. Everybody has their own opinion. I think like that dude that killed that dude, just an asshole who became a cop, really.
We got Go Packers.
In my circle, the friends, we always said the cops are for old people, women, and children.
Yep.
We don't call cops. So on some level, you got to acknowledge there's a need for cops, whether you use them or need them or whatever. But, that dude was just a piece of shit that became a cop, man. And,
yeah.
I
don't fuck with him, man. I don't
have any need to, And here's the deal, man. If you don't put yourself in a position to need it, you don't need it. I mean, that's. But I don't understand the burning down your own shit, and.
I mean, that goes both ways, and we talked about it earlier, and
my thing is, what it is, got a problem with the cops, take it to the cops, Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's a lose-lose situation, dog.
I know that's kind of where I'm at, But hopefully this shit will get over with and people can fucking move forward. But
yep.
What's going on over there?
So James Brown said, my wife's been deployed to the Middle East all year. She'll be finally home Wednesday. I can't wait.
Oh, stay down, James Brown.
So cool.
Yeah, who?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and thank your wife for it.
First service, absolutely.
For all she does.
Tell Mitch that his work life is getting some love. Yeah. Oh yeah. So there's been, thank you, Jason, for reminding me there is a bunch in there. So people are saying that they thought your interview with the two homeless people was super awesome. Yeah. And they were like saying that they thought it was really good to have like a different perspective, like kind of from your, because usually, they're kind of, some of those interviews with homeless people are kind of lame. And so they're saying that's really good. And they think that you should like keep that up. And you know what? I was really proud of my hubby because he actually did that all himself. He did an awesome job, thanks.
Yeah, it took me a minute. Well, when I got out of the truck and I saw that dude, I was doing my job and everything. He was over there washing his hands or some shit. And I started chatting with him and he told me he got a stimulus check, right? And I'm like, all right, then he told me he was a veteran. I go, you're a veteran? He goes, yeah. And, I talked to him before I did the interview. I thought, man, that's fucked up. You know, some dude, this guy's a veteran. He did 20 years in the military, right? He's out there living in a fucking homeless camp and shit. I just thought that was some straight bullshit. So that's why I interviewed him, you know? Yeah. I mean, yeah.
My thoughts about that, I've always said that if you serve your country
how's it going?
during a wartime.
Mitch,
Oh,
Matt
go ahead,
asked if
Adrian.
we should do a video about the things we could buy in CDCR, like the catalogs, like walking horse and such. He actually has some really interesting stories about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, WACC?
I've always had the thought that if you served this country during wartime and you actually participated during a war, that you should come back to a home that's paid off, that's yours for the rest of your life. There's no reason for them dudes to be homeless, bro.
No, there's not. I mean,
at all, you know.
Minimum, they should have some kind of fund for them guys to at least have a place to live where they pay their fucking rent, man. I mean, this is or have some low income housing for veterans, you know, or something. That kind of pissed me off to see that guy out there living like that, you know. And I know it's all over the country, you know. Guys that have been in active war, you know, for our country, man, are homeless. That, to me, that's an issue that should be taken up a lot stronger than it is, you know.
Oh yeah. Hey, when I used to drive cross country, bro, I used to deliver in Detroit, and they literally have citywide blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks of abandoned homes, bro. There's no reason why in the there's no reason why in the world that the government couldn't go in there and refurbish them houses and give them to veterans.
Well,
you know,
one time you could buy a house in Detroit for $1. So I mean,
I
don't think it's like that now, but for a while you could buy a house in Detroit, Michigan for $1.
I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't go in there and use them and refurbish them housing, man. That would create jobs, and that would that would help with the homeless veterans, bro.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not in their interest though. They don't care. It's not affecting them. So you know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of casting people aside once they've served their purpose. You know, I'm not a big fan of that, and I don't dig it. You know. Them guys step up to the plate and do shit that the average guy won't do. So. You know, when they come back, they should have the. You know, I remember watching some stuff, man, on World War II. You know, a lot of the guys. I watch all that stuff. I watch all the World at Wars, all that shit. I watched this thing called The Fighter Pilot Story from World War II, and it talked about the GI Bill, you know, when it came back, and some of them guys came back from World War II. They've been in one dude, he was in Germany and all that shit, and when he went to college, all these college kids that didn't go serve, they're over here doing all these hazings and pranks on these freshman students, you know. And so here's this guy been in the war, and they're trying to make him do all this stupid shit they do for initiation, and he just told him, "Hey, fuck you." You know? So
I watch a lot of them. I like watching them old school war documentaries and all that, man, because it just shows you the sacrifice that them dudes have made, you know.
Yeah, like one dude, he was a fighter pilot, and so there was these dudes in Germany that were pinned down. Tanks are coming down the street, and they're like hiding behind a corner, you know, of a building.
Right.
They radio this, you know, this guy's got a fighter plane with bombs on it, and they're like, "Hey man, you got to take these guys out." And he goes, "If I drop these bombs on that dude, you're too close, I might kill you." And he goes, "If you don't, we're dead anyway, you know." So he drops his bombs on these Germans and saved these dudes' lives, you know.
Right.
When he came back from the war, he was in a bar and he heard a guy telling the story from the ground. You know, one of the dudes that was on the ground that he saved their life, he happened to be in a bar with and heard him telling the story. That was pretty cool. Yeah. What do you say, babe? We got to comment?
We do. JB Well just super chatted us $20.
Oh, wow, thank you, JB.
So much. I love that name, JB Well. That's
Yeah.
awesome. He said there's tons of help for vets if they go to the VA. A lot of the homeless vets have a lot of other problems, but the help is there. I'm a vet. And then they just kind of were having a conversation about help that's offered to them in those places. You know.
Well, if there's any information about homeless veteran help in Sacramento, you can send us a message and I'll keep it with me. And when I see one, I'll pass it on.
There's just lots of comments about how they're shipping in Antifa for the riots.
Yeah.
And that certain people like the name of Soros have a lot to do with that. And
yeah.
Blah, blah. So you're Mitch has got his own.
I'm fully aware of George Soros and all that bullshit. You know, and a lot of people you're a big fan of history, right, WACC?
Yeah.
And so you hit the George Soros.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, dog. I think that once you start, you open them, you open that conversation. I mean, you gotta, to me, that's politics, bro. And once you institute politics into any conversation, the water's gonna be muddied, bro, by politics. And so if you believe in this set of politics, that automatically.
Well, I'm just saying there's some factual things about that guy people don't understand. And he grew up in Hungary. He grew up in Hungary. He was Hungarian.
What about the Koch brothers?
They're Americans. This guy was a Hungarian Jew, and he got his money originally by going around, him and his dad, with the Nazis, pointing out who all the Jews were. The Nazis took the Jews out to the camps and killed them, and they gave all their shit to him and his dad. That's where he originally got all his money.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's a real scumbag.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, I don't know too much about dude.
I do. He said he doesn't believe in God. He believes in money, and that's his thing. You know, and he's also made several statements about how much he hates America. So, I'm not down with that shit, If you live in this country, man, I mean, if you don't like what's going on, you need to work to change it. That's kind of where I'm at. So, there's different ways to do it, but some guys that are filthy rich, man, they just pump their money into some negative shit, man. It's counterproductive, And some guys just like that,
I've always said that if you could, the only way that you could clean politics up is to take money out of it. But if you took money out of it, there wouldn't be no politics.
Well, originally, man, all them guys in Washington, senators and all that shit, that was a part-time job originally. They would go to Washington for like 2 or 3 months, make all the laws, do all the bills, all that shit, and then they go back home to their home states and do their jobs that they did, on a regular basis. So that's originally how all that shit, there was no career politicians that were in there for 30, 40 years full time getting kickbacks like there is now, So, but there's another thing about like all these, when there's problems like this with the police, the people that live in the communities that are affected negatively by this, they have a right to protest it. And then other groups that have no interest in it, they start coming in for their own agendas. That's another fucked up thing, man. And then the guys that have say you live in Los Angeles and you got a problem with something that's going on in Los Angeles and you got people coming in from other states just to cause a ruckus, just to do it. That's kind of fucked up too. What's up?
Tadpole just super chat is $20. He said, I took my brother's credit card, LOL, love you both.
Hey, thank you very much. That's
thank
funny.
You. That's funny. Let's see. They're just so there's lots of comments about this. So OG Scotty Blanks said this shit is crazy how these elite play chess.
Yeah.
Casper said, I live in Minnesota. It's getting out of hand here. I cannot believe what they're doing out here. everyone really is agreeing with what you guys are saying. Some are not, but for the most part, everybody's agreeing with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I want to know what a true American is.
I don't know. To me, a true American, somebody's born here, lives here, you know, whatever. I'm an American, you know. I mean, I did 38 years of prison, man. I'm still an American, you know. I'm down for this country, but you know, I'm just down for this country being right with its citizens, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not down with the global elite. I'm not down with, you know, people that are into globalism, the elite class. You know, I'm not really down with that shit. I'm down for prosperity too. You know, like if somebody can invest some money in something, make some money, and come up, you know, I'm all for it, man. Like when I was in prison, I was involved with certain illegal activities, and I started making money. There's people get jealous and start fucking telling on you. So it's the same thing out here. If some guys, you know, like that dude from FUBU or whatever, you know, a lot of guys say, fuck that dude. But that dude started with jack shit, man, and became pretty rich, you know. So I'm all for that. Anybody that can has an idea or hard work or whatever the fuck it is they're doing and they come up fat, I'm all for it. And to me, that's America, man. I met this dude from South Africa when I was in Tracy. And he goes, man, you Americans are stupid. I said, why? He goes, man, you can make $1 million in America faster than any other country in the world. He lived in France, South Africa, Japan, and America. And he goes, you guys don't take advantage of the shit you got available to you here, you know? So this country's good for a lot of shit, man. But
yeah, I agree with I'm just reading some of the comments and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the good thing about America, man, is that, you know, you can be anything you want in America, bro.
That's
you
right.
know, that, you know, and the freedom to feel how you feel, the freedom to say what you want, as far as, you know.
Well, you can say what you want too, pretty much.
Yeah, you know. My
I mean,
thing
you got
is,
comedians saying that you know, the president should be killed and all this kind of shit, and they're not getting arrested. So I mean, if you did that in some of these other countries, your ass would be in jail in a hot tick, you know.
Not only you, but your family too, probably.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, you could say what you want about this country. It has a lot of problems, but it's still the best country going, I think. You know.
Yeah, I mean, all the men in my family, with the exception of me, bro, served actively in more time for this country.
Yeah.
Me personally, I wouldn't serve for this country. You know what I mean? I don't. I'm not. You know, I'm good. My brother served. My motherfucking dad, my grandfather, my uncles. You know, but I'm not. I would. I mean, you know, it's just not. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go fight a war to put money in somebody else's pocket, bro. It's just not happening. And now if they came over here and did some shit over here, then it'd be a different story, bro. Then I'd be protecting my family because there's an immediate threat. But I'm not gonna sit up here and no, it's not happening. That's just me though, you know.
How do you feel about your family's service, the service that they did?
I mean, I'm proud of them. You know, I mean, that was their you know, their choice, and they sacrificed a lot. You know, my dad was fucked up, bro, from Vietnam, man, and he did 3 tours, man, and he was fucked up, you know, mentally and physically. You know, but I do remember my dad saying though that was they never should have been over there. It wasn't their war, and they got their ass whooped.
Yeah.
You know,
that was politics, you know.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go fight a war so somebody behind the desk that's a pencil pusher can you know, get his agenda across by losing how many thousands of lives. Not gonna happen, dog.
Yeah. I do love the military and I love what they do, but you know, some of the guys that call the shots, I'm not real fond of, you know.
Yeah. I mean, them dudes, hey, bro, you gotta have heart to go over there and do that, man. So I'm not down talking them or nothing. Man. I respect what they do. It's just not for
100%.
me. Yeah. It's just not for me, man.
Well, you know, on a different note, We're gonna get hats made. That's why we got this thing out. We're gonna get some hats made. We're talking to Louie, and we're gonna get some hats made. A couple different styles. Might have to replace that A on that hat with one of our hard intentions hats. You know what I'm saying? So hey, WACC,
Yes, sir.
what's going on up there, man?
Another day, another $50.
That's right.
Hey, I'm gonna read something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna read something live.
she's got something live.
So I'm gonna read this comment that somebody wrote on Mitch's site, and I'm gonna let you respond
All right.
on this. Or you can tell me I don't want to.
All right.
Yeah, okay, this is from Richard Ryder. And he says, yo, this is your interview with Justin. He said, yo, shit interview. It was forced, boring, and irrelevant. Go back to interviewing the brainless nimrods you either lived with or knew from prison. I understand prison is your whole life as your adult years were spent in prison. So I understand you have no experience of diversity or the trials and tribulations of real life. So therefore have no valid experience to offer like you have with prison-related matters.
Did you hear that, WACC?
Yeah, that dude can go eat a bowl of dicks.
Yeah, WACC said he can go eat a bowl of dicks. If you think prison doesn't have any diversity, you're out of your fucking mind. There's every race, every class of people are in prison. You know, what do they always say, WACC? It's a microcosm of the streets.
Yep.
You know, and hey, I interviewed Justin's my coworker. I like him. You know, he's a younger dude and he did time in another state. And I just thought it'd be interesting to interview him and get a perspective from another state. And you know,
bro,
bottom line,
you don't need to justify yourself to these fucking clowns, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is he was a fuck up. He got hooked on drugs. He did some prison time and he got his shit together and he's a decent guy. So
hey, tell that dude, Adrian, tell that dude that I want to interview his wife.
WACC said he wants to interview his wife. That guy. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I mean,
but she has to be naked.
That was kind of insulting too, because he's saying that the people that I interviewed that I did time with, they're brainless morons, basically, so which is also not true.
It's a picture of a chick, and he's like, whatever. So normally I wouldn't do that, but it was just like really appropriate timing. I thought, you know.
It's pretty insulting to say that the guys I interviewed are morons and that I got no experience in diversity or the world out here.
Well, thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Well, I said thank you. I take that as a compliment. You know, people are fucked. Hey, that's another good thing about this country is everyone has an opinion. And
hey, Mitch.
Yeah,
I see some of these dudes on here, bro, on these comments, and hey, I'll tell you like this, bro. I would love for them to I'd love to have that barbecue, man, and we all come together, and then I want to see how many of them are really like that in person, man. I'm a humble ass dude, bro. I'm fat, out of shape, and all that, bro. I'm not a gangster. I know a couple though. I know a couple gangsters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I'm not a gangster anymore. I'm a family guy with a job, but that to me, that's gangster now.
Yeah. Hey,
here's the deal. Like,
whew.
I don't mind people making comments because that, you know, I either agree with them or disagree with them, and you know, that's the deal. Everyone has an opinion, you know. I can't really see the comments, so I don't know. I don't know what's being said, but I'll have to check them out after. Once it gets posted on YouTube, I could check them out. But you know, everybody has an opinion about things, especially what's going on in the media right now. And you know, I might agree with some of them. I might disagree with others. But the bottom line is, in this country, you can voice your opinions. That's and I don't like things that get all political, you know, but unfortunately events like that lead to people voicing their opinions that seem to come from politics, you know. So
hey, shout out to Tadpole. I'm reading the comments and he said a true American is someone who loves everyone and will fight for everyone. Wrong is wrong. And that's what I think too, man. So shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Hey, what, we got a super chat?
We did. Tadpole.
Yeah.
Super chat is $17.
Well, thank you,
Thank
Tadpole.
you, Tadpole. He said, I don't know. I think this is to both of you. What do you think of Q? If you know anything.
What's Q? What do you think about Q, WACC?
What is Q?
Yeah, what is Q? You gotta let us know what Q is, Tadpole. And also, I want to know how you got that name. Yeah, where'd you come up with that handle from? What is Q?
I don't know.
You have to let us know. Educate me.
Our tattoo, our living dead girl tattoo with White Dawn's on, and he said, "Hey WACC, have you ever heard of the Bay Area rapper AWACS?"
Yeah, I've heard of AWACS. Yeah, I've heard of AWACS.
You like him?
His shit's pretty cool. His shit's all right.
So what do you think about that song I turned you on to the other day, the Transplants?
Oh yeah, that was nice, man. That was a cool little vibe.
Yeah, because I like punk rock and I like Tim Armstrong and Travis Barker's kind of cool, and they did a little Transplants, kind of like punk rap mixed up kind of shit. It's kind of cool. I'm not a big fan of rap, but I kind of like that music. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, that was straight.
So any other comments, babe?
They said what Jojo said, clowns are a good laugh, nothing more. They're talking about their comment. They're just window warriors, keyboard badasses that would get in any institution, they would get in any institution, or they said, shut the fuck up, asshole. They were talking about that guy. They said, is he talking right now?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was interrupting you guys.
Oh, the guy that insulted us?
Yeah, that guy that insulted us. Let's see. People are just saying just a dumb comment. Fuck that dude. Fuck that guy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Q is real. I don't know who that. They're like Q is real. I don't know who that is.
But what is Q?
It sounds like a person, but I don't know.
Who is Q?
Q is. You know what, you guys? I don't know what that means.
Is it barbecue chicken? Because I'm all in if it's barbecue chicken.
It sounds like barbecue. PSYOP. I don't know what that means.
Sounds like barbecue.
Yeah, it's Q, barbecue.
You're crazy, babe.
WACC?
Yeah.
I'm down for some barbecue.
I don't turn down no barbecue.
Q is a conspiracy. Okay. They're giving me too many like abbreviations. I can't figure it out.
I got a barbecue. When I got one from Big Lots.
So did.
Yeah. Works pretty good. It's hot as hell here, man. And
all the haters, hey, pretty soon you guys are gonna see me and Mitch barbecuing together, me at his house. We're gonna be on the river swimming. Yes, sir.
Be barbecuing at the river.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going live. Saturday Night Live. We'll be live from the river.
And part of my job is I go down by the river, man, and it's pretty nice. You know, it's right on the American River in Sacramento, but man, there's a lot of homeless people by the river. Yeah. It's whole camps of them, man, right on the river. It's kind of sad. So what's going on? Any comments, questions?
So let's see. They thought that was really funny that you said that about the barbecue chicken. They said and Q is that tweaker lady in the alley. They're just joking now. Nice, I just barbecued today. Mad Max donated $5 to your PayPal, which was really nice. Some people don't like to use.
Yeah.
But I told everybody they don't have to. We're just happy they're here. And
I had a good friend in prison named Mad Max.
Yeah. Hey, Mad Max seems like a cool dude, man. Shout out to Mad Max, man.
What?
Bass from Mexico said, I believe Q is the conspiracy about Chester's and the Obama administration. Thank you so much, Bass, for actually spelling it out so I can actually understand what that meant.
You know, conspiracy theories are just that. Conspiracy theories. There's no facts to back them up. Yeah. So
Desert Maid just made a $5 super chat. What do you guys thank you, Desert Maid.
Thank you.
That's cool. What do you guys think about the protests and riots going on the last couple days?
Well, we've been talking about it for the last hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But, I mean, I don't know. People are pissed off, and there's other people that are inciting the people that are pissed off, getting them going. So, it's nothing new in this country, man. So I just hope, there's my bottom line for me, is that dude that killed that guy, and I say killed him because he killed him. He murdered him, right? He needs to be dealt with, man, the same way I was dealt with. And
Yeah.
punished accordingly. He did that under the color of authority, so he needs to be punished worse than your average guy that does a crime. And all those assholes standing around watching him do it, they need to be punished too.
They're just as guilty.
Well, in my case, my co-defendant was getting beaten up. I stepped in. Someone else stabbed the guy, killed him, right? So all three of us went to prison. I was an aider and abetter by vicarious liability. Carries the same amount of crime as time as a crime itself. So bottom line is, if that guy gets a life sentence or death, they should get a life sentence. I mean, bottom line, they're aiders and abetter in murder. They stood by and didn't do jack shit. So, it's too bad that one of them guys in blue didn't step up and say, hey, this is bullshit, freeze on that.
Yep.
But, hey, so you guys talk about hobby a lot, right? This is on a lighter note. What do you think of this, WACC?
Yeah, that's tight.
Yeah, I play with these in the house. My airplanes. I make two different styles. This is a fucker, or the Fokker.
Did you say fucker?
No, it's a Fokker. Yeah. Little wheel skin. I used to make these in prison and sell them in the hobby store. I made a few of these last year in my little outdoor wood shops outside. I haven't had time to do much woodwork since I've been working, but I used to make that shit in prison, man, and sell it. I used to buy the wood, all the materials, sell it in the store out front. The state got sales tax, and 10% went to the prison for the inmate welfare fund. Put an end to all that shit, see? Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, I got a, speaking of prison, I got a phone call the other day from a friend of mine who's, he's working with a public defender's office. He was a lifer, and he was involved with getting that guy out of prison that did, his name's Red something. He did 30 years in the shoe. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, he's working with the lawyers that did away with the indeterminate shoe programs. He said they're getting, dudes that were not eligible for release, they're getting them released. They're getting them parole dates set for guys. Guys that aren't eligible for early release, they're helping them get early release, all kinds of shit, man. So they're going to do like a little training seminar video type thing. And
right.
He's going to ask the lawyers basically if they can forward that to me on Zoom, and maybe I can get it on my channel.
So
that's
really
gonna be tight.
Yeah. Hey,
while he's reading,
Adrian said people really like looking at the top of your baseball cap.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, so
I was reading the comments.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, but that kind of goes with my channel. I don't want to just be another prison channel. I like to put the positive spin on things, and
yeah.
Hopefully, if this takes place, it'll give a lot of people an education from the lawyers that deal with all these prison issues.
Right.
And here's the deal, like that goes in. It's right along the same lines as all these things that these guys are protesting. It's abuse of authority. And Pete Wilson went in there, man, and basically shut the door for guys like me right around the time that I was eligible for parole.
Yep.
And Gray Davis actually said, if you got a life sentence, you're going to parole in a pine box. That was in the LA Times. So that's abuse of authority. And there are lawyers who've been fighting this shit for decades, and hats off to them. So hopefully I can get some of that stuff on our channel, you know. I mean, hey bro, like it or not, like them or not. I mean, there's guys that did 30 years or more in a shoe, you know. You were around some of them.
Yeah.
What was that like living around them dudes? You know?
That's you know, and some of them dudes were my nemesis, man. And
yeah.
But you can't have nobody locked in a cage like a dog for 30 years. Come on, man. That's wrong. That's wrong at the infant stage of it. There's something completely wrong that it shouldn't sit right with anybody.
Yeah.
To have a man or a woman literally locked in a cell with no real sunlight for 30 years. I mean, come on now. You know, we're supposed to we talk about this thing called freedom, and we're for freedom, and we're the most free country, this, that, and the other. But yet we got people locked in cells for 30, 35 years that haven't walked out.
We're not talking about 30, 35 years prison time and then coming home. We're talking about being locked in the hole. We're talking about sitting in yourself for 23 hours a day, every day for 30, 35 years. And then their little 1 hour exercise is in a concrete box.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to stop you, but that person that made that comment just came on. Really? And he said, yo, Mitch, what is your reply to my comment? Or do I have to watch a boring video to find out? You can repeat what you said earlier. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
Oh, the guy that made that funny comment.
With the girl's chick shirt. Don't forget that.
Yeah. My comment to you
is Richard Ryder, by the way, that made that.
Richard Ryder. That's a guy's. Here's my comment to you, Richard.
Hey, Richard Ryder.
Have a nice night.
Hey, Richard Ryder. I want to interview your wife for my first interview, but she has to be fucking naked, you fucking lame.
Wax said he wants to interview his wife. She has to be naked. Yeah. So anyways, you know, these guys were treated like animals, man. I mean, they were treated worse than dogs in a kennel, you know. And so these lawyers took them a long time, but they got all that shit now to where no one could do more than 5 years at a time in the shoe.
Even, hey, bro, it's been proven psychologically, bro. There's been multiple studies that say 30 days and it starts to change you psychologically, bro.
Yeah.
30 days, Mitch.
Yeah.
30 days, bro. I mean, come on now. You know, hey, I understand that, you know, as inmates or convicts, whatever label you want to put on people that are in jail, you know, it's not to be Camp Snoopy. I understand that. You know what? Yeah. And I'm all for that. But at the same time, we're not animals, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you got dudes that are literally, I've seen it myself, man. I had a next door neighbor, I think I told you about it. Dude cut his dick off with a razor blade and handed it to the MTA through the tray slot, bro.
Wow.
There's something wrong with that. You know, dudes beating on the toilet with their Jap flap or their shower shoe all night fucking long, talking to themselves.
Yeah, it should drive me nuts when I was in the hole and there'd be some guy with mental problems in there, man, just banging all night, you know, and you're trying to sleep. It was frustrating, but you know, they drive these to that shit, these guys to some of that shit, you know. But like you told me, like one time you had a problem, the cop was getting on your case, and your neighbor was a white dude, he was in a prison gang, kind of your nemesis, and he basically stepped up and told the cop to fuck off or something.
Yep.
Yeah, so
that shit is morally wrong, bro. And for us to be the most freest country in the world, or however they want to dress it down, that's not, you don't do your people like that, bro.
Yeah, well, this is also a country based on second chances, you know. It's supposed to be. And you know, I got one, I'm making the most of it. I like to think other guys can make You know, even if your second chance is to get out of the shoe back to a main line, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
What's so funny over there? We got some comments.
Somebody said, you better watch out because Mrs. Smiley is the shot caller in this yard and she'll kick your ass off of it.
Yeah.
So his name, so it's not Richard Ryder.
Oh.
So Jason said he's a troll and his name is actually Dick Ryder.
Oh, Richard Ryder's real name is Dick Ryder. WACC.
No, I heard that's what his wife's name was.
WACC said that's what his wife's name is. You know.
Oh, it's fun.
Hey,
it's fun and stupid. All
yeah,
at the same
fun and
time.
stupid. You know. Hey, you know, it takes all kinds, bro. Society's made up of everything. You know, like when I'm out on my job, hey man, when you ever just kick back, like say you're downtown or somewhere, or you ever just trip on people, WACC? All the different
Yep.
people.
Yeah.
I do that shit all the time. Like when I'm out, I pull off my truck and I go to do my little job, I trip on all the people around me, and I just trip on people, man, and all the different personalities and shit that I encounter out here. And not just on my job, or if I'm out at the shopping center or walking around downtown, I just trip on people, you know. Yeah.
And you know, to have compassion for another human being is something natural, man. And at some point,
Yeah,
in your life, to where you don't feel compassion for the next human, that took some work for you to get there, man. For you to get rid of that natural compassion, you know. And I went through that stage, man, of you know, of hating everything, man. But it took me to go through that to understand that I wasn't really hating anybody. I was really just hating myself for what I had became, for what I had made myself into. You know what I mean? And I think about all that lost time that I spent giving out that energy, man. And now I've noticed that when I argue with somebody, I realize afterwards how tired physically I am, bro.
Yeah.
That takes a lot out of you, man.
It takes a lot of energy to be negative, you know, if that's a simple way to put it, but
yes, it does.
You know, I really try not to let people rent space in my head, and that's basically where I'm at, because I go to a real bad place, you know.
Yep.
And I don't like going there, and you know, it wears you out. You know, I know guys that spent their whole career in prison just hating everybody and everything, not just cops. I mean, everybody and everything. They found fault in every single fucking thing, right? And man, these dudes are coming down with severe cases of arthritis, you know, cancers. And I'm a firm believer, man, that negative shit they live just kind of permeated their whole being, you know. And yeah, you know, it's a lot easier for me to just stay positive and focus on what I got to do, you know, to be comfortable and enjoy life, bro.
And you know, one of the biggest things, bro, that changed the way my outlook, I guess you could say, is I wondered why it was always negative, how do you say it, negative vibes, or it was just my interaction with people always seemed to head south.
Yeah.
And at first it was just like, man, fuck these motherfuckers, man. You know what I mean? You know, it's them. But then I got down to it, and my grandma told me, she said, you know what? When you come around, you don't have the same face that you had as my little grandson. They used to take me on dates to McDonald's. And when I was a little kid, every Saturday night, my grandma would take me to McDonald's, and she would tell everybody that I was her grandson and I was taking her on a date. And I used to be the happiest kid in the world, right? You know?
Yeah.
And she said, somewhere along the line, you lost that innocence about you. And now you're always in protective mode. So when she told me that, it was like, damn. I really had to think about it. And then when I lost my dad, and then I lost my grandmother, and then I went through the divorce from my first wife, and it was like, man, why do I have all these problems? You know, I got a bomb ass job. I was making money hand over fist, Mitch. I was bringing in $6,000 after taxes, bro. I didn't know what to spend money on, bro. I was cars and stereos and rims and clothes and let's go to Vegas for 3 days, and but I wasn't happy though, dog. I was not happy.
Yeah.
So I had to sit back and think. It was me, bro. It was me.
Well, you know what they say. They say we can be our own worst enemy, you know.
And that's what it was. Is so instead of meeting somebody and not judging them, or just meeting somebody and letting nature take its course on where that interaction is going to go, I'm automatically judging this person. And I had to let that go, man. Now I talk to anybody, bro.
I like to get into character, people's character, and see what they're about before I decide whether or not do I want to kick them to the curb, or do I want to further my relationship with them, you know? And a lot of times you meet people and they seem cool up, and then they take a turn for the worse, you know? And I'm like, hey, all right, peace out. And even then I don't really judge on them. I just recognize that I gotta keep it moving, you know? And other times you meet people that aren't so cool, and you end up becoming your best friend, you know? It's kind of weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason said, say it loud for the people in the back, WACC.
Yeah. Say it loud for the people in the back, WACC.
That was from Jason.
Yeah, that's from Jason. Well, babe, how long we been on here?
We've been on for 95 minutes.
Wow. Well, I think it's about time we wrap it up because my stomach's growling.
No, I'm sorry.
I thought you were just farting there, Mitch. My bad.
No, that was earlier with them damn beans. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank you, WACC, for coming on tonight. And I know it's not our normal conversation because there's a bunch of crazy shit going on. And, you know, whatever your opinion is, you know, if you're into praying, pray for the country and the people that got hurt by all this stuff. And, you know, I mean, the guy who got killed, his family, all these business owners that got their shit burned out. I mean, the guy in the street whose car got burned out and he can't afford to get another car. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff going on, man.
And pray for the truckers out there.
Yeah, pray for them truckers out there moving freight, buddy.
Let's just say it like this. Let's just pray for everybody.
Good night, Turk.
Yeah,
you know,
pray for everybody.
That we all get a peace of mind, man.
Well, we get some healing on this, you know, not just people instigating one side or the other. We get some righteous healing going on, you know.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
Thank you, brother, and I'll talk to you later. You guys take care out there. We love you, and thanks for tuning in. Take care. We'll see you Wednesday night.
All right, y'all. Everybody be safe, man. Much love. All right, Big Mitch.
Good night.
Good night, bro.
And don't forget the militia.